I first became involved in Treasure Coast Hospice through the President's Circle, but really prior to that, nobody really understands what hospice is about other than thinking it's about the end of life and people coming in and taking care of you that way. And I got the unfortunate opportunity, as all situations are that way, to be one of my best friends, Mike Tomraz, also my business partner, and his wife, who was one of my best friends, Jade, was passing from breast cancer. And hospice had come in and was there with her for about a week. And what I realized was how caring they were, how attentive to detail they were with the families, but more importantly, even after she passed away and made everything easy for everybody, was how hospice continued to stay around for the family, for Mike's children, for Holly and Jake, who were very young at the time. And for me, them going through counseling and everything else with hospice made a lasting impression on me. And that impression fueled my fire to continue to be involved somehow, some way with hospice. As a founding member of the President's Circle, it was important for us to be able to get a group of businessmen together and women together in order to try to figure ways to raise money and broaden the scope of people's understanding of the Treasure Coast Hospice. One of the things that I love about hospice is the different events that they do. And we are sponsors of a lot of those events, and we like to be and want to continue to be and will be. But the cool part is being able to get out and meet all the different people at these events, whether it's the clay shoot that we're at, or the different golf functions, or the dinners. We want to be able to spread the word of Treasure Coast Hospice as much as possible. And it's amazing that Treasure Coast Hospice has touched so many people within every one of these functions that we do. Every time we start to talk about it, there's always another story. And the reality is, as you continue to move on through life, you realize that Treasure Coast Hospice is one of the most important organizations within Martin County. As a Treasure Coast Hospice advocate, whether you're at an event and you're bringing different people, it's important to continue to expand upon the different resources that Treasure Coast Hospice brings. And some of the things when it comes to whether it's the charity softball event that we helped Agnes get one of the companies locally involved with to help even more sponsorship to get that going, or whether it's, again, the clay shoot, you bring different people out to experience it, or whether it's one of the dinners that you take another family. The more people involved, the more people that understand, the more people learn about what's going on, the better off it's going to be for Treasure Coast Hospice and our community. One of the things that we've done for Treasure Coast Hospice and a handful of other charities here locally in Martin County, again, my partner Mike Tomraz came up with an idea that I always was the one just giving money to these charities, and maybe we can make that dollar work a little bit longer or faster. So what we did was we came up with an idea, Mike being from Louisiana, we would donate crawfish boils, where it would be a live auction only at all these charity functions. The thought process there was, it would cost me probably about $500 to $700 in order to accomplish this, plus a lot of our time, which I don't mind giving that time, we could really generate upwards of $4,000 to $10,000 for the local charities. So instead of me giving $10,000 to local charities, we could donate our time, do these crawfish boils. But the neat part about it is, once you get to the person's house and actually start doing the crawfish boil, you start to interact with all the couples there, because there are people within the community. How did they win the crawfish boil? Through the Treasure Coast Hospice auction, and we talk about Treasure Coast Hospice. So it becomes not only a cool thing for us to be able to accelerate the proceeds to Treasure Coast Hospice, but it also gets more people involved. It makes everybody more aware of Treasure Coast Hospice. So for me, that's a win-win situation. The nice thing about giving is it makes you feel great. And our team that we have here in our office, we do all sorts of charitable functions throughout the course of the year. And everybody's got their own little charity that they like. Obviously, Treasure Coast Hospice is near and dear to me, but we have many other charities that our staff even gets involved with. And We continue to do that year in and year out. One of the things that I'd like to convey to the members within our community about Treasure Coast Hospice is, again, it's not just about end of life. It's about everything that goes on. It's about the grief counseling and all the other aspects of Treasure Coast Hospice that they do that most people aren't even aware of. I think also what's important too is the people at Treasure Coast Hospice care so much, and people tend to forget those people, whether it's the nurses, right, or if it's the people that are dealing with the family members. Everybody there just seems to care, and it's just a really cool organization. Over the years, with all of the different functions that we've done and the people that we've touched and the different people we've brought, it's been pretty neat to see those people continuing on, ending up with their own groups at these different events, continuing to support Treasure Coast Hospice. And it's nice. It makes me smile when I brought that person to Treasure Coast Hospice and now they're bringing it to their friends, and seeing them at these different events really puts a smile on my face that we're getting the point across. I look forward to continuing to figure ways to help spread the word of Treasure Coast Hospice, continue to raise funds, and do what I can to bring it out within our community more and more moving forward. And I look forward to the additional things that I'm going to be able to do with Treasure Coast Hospice.